draw the fish. First what you will do is you will go File, Save As, and save in the folder that you want to save the fish as fish. So fish is the file name, and save it to your memory stick up here, if your memory stick, your desktop, or wherever you have something to save. So I'll just save mine on the desktop and hit save. What this does is it renames the file up here fish, and it will start to save, then you won't lose it as quickly. So the next thing what you do is you will select the front plane and you will look normal to it. On that front plane you're going to draw a center line, a horizontal center line anywhere up here, and just knock off your center line. What we're going to do then is we're going to right click on the center line and we'll select the midpoint and add a relation by holding down Control. The midpoint there is selected and you can see it's just green in the middle. Hold down Control and select the origin. We're going to make them then coincident, and now you can see that center line is defined. Now we're going to start with the body of the fish, so we're going to draw an ellipse. So it's Tools, Sketch Entities, and Ellipse. The center of our ellipse will be here at the origin, and we'll just draw out our major axis and then just click for our minor axis and just draw our fish roughly to that. And the next thing is to Smart Dimension, so from the origin out to the major, and that, or it's not from there actually, it's from one end to the other, so it's Smart Dimension from this end here to here, and that's going to be 130, and from this point here on the minor axis that's going to be 100. Now we have the outline of our fish drawn, so the next thing is Features, Extrude Boss Base, and we're going to extrude this in a mid-plane. So select mid-plane up here, and the thickness we're going to extrude it to is 18, and we tick OK. Now we rename this Extrude 1 fish body, so we click here on Extrude 1 and tap F2, and once this box comes up around it, let's just type it in, fish body, and tick OK. Now the next step is to drill out the fish's eye. So what we'll do is we'll select this face here, it'll go green once it's selected, and we look normal to it. Now we'll open up our sketch toolbar, and what we'll do is we'll select the circle, and we'll just draw a circle anywhere in here, and we're going to Smart Dimension it with a diameter here of 10, and the height from that circle, so you click on the circle and you can click on the origin, or sorry, cancel, so Smart Dimension, so click on the circle and then click the origin, and what we can do is we can get the vertical height from the origin, which is going to be 20 or 30, I just have to check the drawing, which is 30, and the horizontal distance from the origin, which is by selecting the circle and the origin, and that's going to be 40. Now the next step is to drill out the fish's eye. So basically what that is a features, and it's an extruded cut, and this time we change from blind to true all, since we want to cut it all out. So true all and tick OK. Now we'll rename this cut extrude, click on it and just hit F2 and we'll call it eye. Now that's the fish's eye done. The next step is to cut out the fish's mouth up here. So what we'll do is open up sketch again and we'll pick line. Now we have to select where we want to draw, so what we'll do is we will select this face here. Oops, let's cancel this here. Select this face here, look normal to, and we will draw a line, two lines to make up the fish's mouth. So what we'll do is we'll come out from the origin here with a horizontal line. You can see that the horizontal line is being traced roughly from here out to the edge of the fish's mouth. That'll get the lower section of his mouth, and then just draw a line up at an angle, say roughly of 25 to 30 degrees. Just join it up there at the end. Next job that we have to do is we have to just smart dimension this line here to 25. So just click on that line 25, and what we're going to do next is we're going to put in an angular dimension. Now you needn't worry, smart dimension will do this. So click on this line here and the lower line, and it automatically brings out an angle. It says these two lines meet and there will never be any distance apart, it will be always variable. It'll automatically assume an angle. So we'll just click on the angle, and it's same as dimensions, you can just change it there to 25 degrees, and there is his mouth. Now we needn't close that profile because SolidWorks is going to assume that we're going to want to take that out. So it's going to be features, extruded cut, and again through all. And you can see the fish's mouth has been taken out. The next little thing that we're going to do is we're going to click on cut extrude to, and we're going to hit F2 and rename it mouth. This is so that we can just keep track of changes that we've made. Now that's the mouth of the fish done. The next step that we're going to do is we are going to draw his fin up here on his back. Now we're not going to draw it on this surface here, we are going to draw it on the front plane. Now remember, the front plane was going down the middle of the fish, as you can see there, and it's going to be on the middle. So we'll select front plane and we'll look normal to that. Now we'll just zoom out a little bit from the fish here, and what we're going to do then is we're going to go to sketch, and we're going to draw a line from any place up here, and we're going to draw a vertical line then down as far as the outside of the ellipse. Now you needn't worry about that. The first thing that we're going to do with this line here is we're going to select that line, and we're going to add a relation to the outside of the ellipse, and we're going to make them a tangent. So select that line, control, and select the outside of the ellipse, and that will give us the option of adding a tangent relation. Now the next step that we'll do then is we'll start to smart dimension. So what we need to do is we can just select this point there, where the tangent point of contact is at, and the origin, and we'll get the horizontal distance by just coming down straight. Now the true length is there, the vertical distance is by just going out to that side, and just come down and we get the horizontal distance of 40. And we'll get a horizontal distance from this point here to the origin of 20. Now that will fully define them two lines. Now the next step is we want to put a line from there to there. Now the way that we're going to do this is we're going to use a new tool you mightn't be familiar with. It's in Tools, and it's Close Sketch to Model. So if you go into Tools, Sketch Tools, and down here in the bottom is Close Sketch to Model. What that's going to do is it's going to join up from here to there. So Close Sketch to Model, select that. Now I'm just going to move this a little bit out of the way to explain it. So this little arrow here means that what it's going to do is it's going to start at that point and it's closing the sketch the whole way around. Now what we're going to do is we're going to reverse that because we want it to join from here to here. So reverse direction, and you can see there that the arrow is going to go to there, so it's going to go from one end of the sketch to the other, and we can tick yes, and you can see there it has closed the line. If the arrow was going the other way, what would have happened was the line would have come the whole way around the outside of the ellipse and came to there and left the middle here blank. But we need that filled in because what we're going to do next is we are going to go to features, we are going to go to extrude, mid plane, and we're going to put in here a thickness of 4. So we're going to put in 4 and we'll tick OK. And what we'll do then is we'll click on that, F2, and we'll call that then the fin, the fish's fin, and there he has his fin in. The next job that we're going to do is we're going to start to draw his tail. Now his tail is based on a parabola shape, so what we're going to do is we're going to select our front plane again, and we are going to go normal to, and we are going to open up our sketch toolbar and select center line and draw a center line out. And once our center line is drawn out, we are going to go to our tools, sketch entities, and just remember below ellipse is parabola. So tools, sketch entities, and parabola. Now the first thing that is going to ask us, it is going to ask us for the focus of the parabola. So what we'll do, the focus of the parabola is going to sit on this line, so we'll click here, and the next thing then is it'll ask us for a start point. So we'll draw from there to there. Oh, sorry, I'm after messing that up, so we'll just pause. To draw the parabola is tools, sketch entities, parabola. So what we're going to do first is we're going to draw the parabola, the focus of the parabola. So what we'll do is we'll select the focus is going to be along this central line, and then what we're going to do next is we're going to get the point of contact with the ellipse. So we'll select there, and then we'll go up for a start point of our parabola somewhere up there, and we'll just get a finish point anywhere down there. I'll just hit F for that. Now the next little thing that we're going to do is we're going to join this point up from here down to here. Now don't worry, this line looks a little off crooked, but we want that line vertical, so we'll select that line and we'll pick vertical. Now that line now is vertical, and the next little thing that we have to do is we have to smart dimension our parabola. So smart dimension, and click from this point to this line, and that is going to be 50. So 50 there, and this distance here is going to be 60. And you can see there that our fish's tail has come together. So the next step, once it's fully defined, is features, extrude boss base, and what we're going to do is we're going to extrude that in a mid-plane condition, and this time we're going to put, let me just change from mid-plane up there. Mid-plane is we are going to put a draft on it, which will be a taper. So this little button here is the draft button. If you push that down, draft on, and we'll change this angle here to 55, and that's going to taper the fish's tail. We'll just make sure that this distance up here is 4 and 55 there, and tick OK. And what you can see there is it tapers the fish's tail. And what you can do is call that extrude 3 tail. So click on it, F2, and tail. Now you can see up here fish. If we are going to change this fish here, we are going to change the material of this to pure gold. So we'll right click up here on material, and we'll edit material. We will pick, there's iron, steel, copper and its alloys, other metals, and we can pick pure gold. Now down here is the real view, and that will give us what the material will look like. So click OK there once you have pure gold selected, and there you have your fish solid model. So all you have to do then is go File and just hit the word Save. You don't have to hit Save As, because you have already saved it as fish. So just hit Save, and there you're finished. You can close SolidWorks now. Congratulations, you have drawn the fish.